cohost. Hosted by your girl, Tierra Laray. Your virtual homegirl, and you know she got a lot to say. What up, grown folk? Yeah, you found your tribe. We MF grown, no judgment, just vibes. If you're sensitive, this ain't for you. Talking that grown shit is what we do. If you clutching your pearls, better leave it alone. Cause bitch, we motherfucking grown. No vibration, no shit, we call it out. Say it clear, let the real one shout. Pussy power in the room tonight. Won't keep it honest, keep it right. Yeah, we grown, no judgment, just vibe. Bitch, we motherfucking grown. We motherfucking grown.
What's up, grown folks? It is your girl, Tierra Laray. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another virtual kickback of Rated M, because we motherfucking grown. So let's just go ahead and rip the motherfucking Band-Aid off. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So I'm back to being a solo podcaster. Yes, I'm back to being a solo podcaster. Shakaya is no longer a co-host on the podcast. It's one of those things where I'm not gonna get into a lot of details, but life be lifing, and when real life shit happens, you have to be passionate about those things that are not really making you money right away. Because if you're not passionate about it, then it's like, what's the point? Type of thing. So she just really had to take a step back and kind of reevaluate her priorities, and Rated M just isn't one of those things that are a priority. Now y'all know this is my baby. So I'm gonna rock out with my cock out for sure. But I definitely understand, because even though this is my baby, I had my moments where I've taken a hiatus from the podcast and haven't recorded in a while, type of thing. So I get it, I understand. We definitely wish her the best. She's always welcome to pull up as a guest. And I want to give her flowers, because she definitely came through, and she, brought brought a different vibe to the podcast. And also she came in and she motivated me to get back into grind mode and to level up with my podcast, because before we brought her in, I was on a hiatus, and so she's the one that kind of was like, "Yo, TT, like, let me come on the podcast." And I was like, "Yeah, you definitely, let's chop it up on the podcast, do a little girl talk, episode or whatever." And she was like, I'm trying to be a co-host," and I'm like, "Bet," or whatever. And so it just really motivated me to, like, okay, stay consistent. And ever since, I have been being consistent. You guys have been getting an episode every motherfucking week. So shout out to Shakaya, and like I said, I definitely wish her well and wish her the best in everything that she does in life. Um, and I'm not saying this like as if that ain't my girl and we're not gonna, continue to be friends or anything like that, because we are friends. And so I will see her and kick it with her outside of podcasting. But yeah, just as far as Rated M goes, yeah, I'm back to just doing it solo. I am going to continue to look for a co-host that, um, want to crank this bitch up just as much as I want to. Who is going to be passionate about it just as much, as like bring as much passion to podcasting as I do. So yeah, so no worries. I'm gonna just rock this thing out solo dolo like I've been doing. And in the meantime, in between time, to we will continue to have our guests come on when we have our guests, because I've been cranking out some fire ass guests. I've been cranking out some fire ass guests. Is y'all I'm sorry. If y'all been listening to the podcast, y'all know, like, we've been having some good guests, and I have way more guests in store. So we'll just continue to do it like that. Um, yes, it's late night. I'm recording. It's late. I drew on a motherfucking wig. Don't ask me whose wig this is. Don't ask me nothing. Don't ask me how it is on my head because it's not on there properly. I will tell you that. But I just do this motherfucker on so I can look presentable. Y'all probably want to see me messing with this the whole episode because I'm just like, what is this little piece doing? What is it doing? But yeah. For those of you who's watching on YouTube, I decided I wanted to do another visual episode for y'all. And we're going to continue to work on that to where all of the episodes are going to be visual. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into these topics. Let's move on to some low vibrational shit.
Y'all deserve better than that. That's low vibrational.
Grown folk. The way y'all are going fucking berserk bananas over two people breaking up over Meg the Stallion and Klay Thompson. Is it Thompson or Thomas? I think it's Thompson. Breaking up is fucking ridiculous, okay? So for those of you who have been living under a rock, if you're not on social media, here's the two things on social media that are just flooding the timelines. We got Michael Jackson shit, and we got Meg and Klay breakup shit. So if you're not on social media, then yeah, you're probably not gonna. Well, you probably still will hear about it because, like, it's crazy out here how y'all are talking about this. But pretty much, Meg posted that they broke up, he cheated, and he said he's not ready to be monogamous. I don't even want to get into my takes on that, honestly, to be quite honest with you. It's just more so of a thing of like, I am just so appalled at you grown as people and how y'all are acting about two people that y'all ain't never met a day in y'all life that don't know shit about y'all, don't give a fuck about y'all, because they don't know who the fuck you are. How y'all are just like dragging this man. Which is nuts to me. Y'all dragging this man. Y'all don't know what happens behind closed doors. Y'all don't know what the situation is. There's always two sides to a story. Oh, they say it's three sides. His side, her side, the truth, right? But the think pieces and the deep dives that people are doing, it's like, is y'all cool? Is y'all cool? Are y'all cool for real? Like, wow, like some of the shit I've seen, there's a guy that I know, I've seen him post. It's like a picture of like all of the men that she's dated in a line, like running a train on her. I was like, that's so fucking lame. Some clown shit that he posted that. I was like, ugh. Ugh. And if you, grown folk, don't get me started. I'm over here like, if you, I can understand why some of y'all motherfuckers, niggas and niggettes are single and have been single and will remain single, because go touch some grass, bruh. Go worry about your own relationships. But this whole thing just makes me think about like when I do decide to like lock in with somebody and get into a relationship, do I want to keep the relationship private or secret? And I had this conversation, earlier in like an earlier episode of the podcast with Klay. Shout out to Klay. And I asked her that question: you rather your relationship be private or secret? And I would definitely want to have a private relationship, especially if I were on that level of celebrity. But I guess when you are on that level of celebrity, you really can't, because the people want to know who you dating. Like, it's not about your artistry. It's not about the music that you putting out. They want to know who you dating, what y'all doing. They want to know every move y'all making in the relationship. When y'all break up, I seen people talking about that the witches were going to be casting spells on this man. I said, God damn, God forbid you get in a relationship with somebody and it don't work out. Like, God damn, that's crazy work. I was like, y'all just taking this shit too far. The amount of grown ass people and the things that you are saying, the horrendous, like just utterly just distasteful things that you guys are saying about her, about him is crazy. I seen somebody say that Klay was a nobody before Meg, and I'm like, I'm a sports girly, so I was just like, y'all just going too far with this shit. Just wrap this shit up, okay? I need this Meg and Klay shit to be over by in the business tomorrow, okay? Okay, thank you. Let's move on. So I was scrolling before all of the Meg and Klay stuff, and I came across this video, and there was this guy saying women be going through it, and the nigga trying to fuck on them, and I just thought it was so funny. And let me see if I can get it to play, because I was like, this is hilarious. But facts, I'm going through it. Like, we go through so much, like women in a month. I already talked to y'all about all of the different cycles we go through. Each week of the month is a different type of cycle. Then we talking about life shit. It's just a lot of things that we have to deal with. you be going through the most. The nigga try to fuck with you. Like, golly, bruh. Do you not understand my insides? It's like, this is a lot going on here. Please relax.
Times, because you could be going through hell.
Whatever.
Being a woman must be hard sometimes, because you could be going through hell. It's someone just trying to do the nasty with you. Like, no, seriously, you fight for your life mentally, and they're like, come here, sir, read the room. You over there want empathy, someone actually listen, care, and understand what's going on, and they think the best solution for you right now is kissing. Meanwhile, you overthinking, overstimulated, overworked, mostly drained, and the last thing on your mind is entertaining another person. Like, you don't even want attention like that. You want peace, comfort, and maybe a nap. Because a nap usually do the trick sometimes. And instead of feeling better, you just sad and pissed off. Because it's like, not only am I going through it, but now I gotta feel being misunderstood too. And what make it worse is you don't even feel seen in that moment. Like, you could literally be explaining how stressed, tired, and overwhelmed you are. And instead of someone meeting you emotionally where you at, you skip straight to the physical. Like, that's supposed to just fix everything, and it don't. And if anything, it just make you feel more alone. Because now you're realizing that they're hearing you, but they're not actually listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they see you, but they're not actually paying attention to what you need. If you don't need that,
don't need that. And man, I 100% agree. Read the room, bruh. Read the room. Get off of me. Life is life right now, goddamn. It's a motherfucking murder scene around this motherfucker. Please, and thank you. I'm going to get more into that actually later on, because I want to talk about how I navigate through that a little bit. You know how like that right there kind of scares me. Like he said, where it's like you telling somebody you pouring out your feelings and everything, and they're not like they hear you, but they ain't listening. And it's like, damn, you're being vulnerable, but they ain't really, like he said, reading the room. You're not getting, you ain't getting. And so yeah, so we're gonna get more into that later on into the episode. Let's go ahead and move on to the PC power.
This pussy powerful.
All right. So before we get too deep into the mess, I just want to have a real conversation real quick because I know that my pussy power segments are usually like real like kinky, freaky. We're usually talking about some topics, but I think I'm gonna always advocate and always say this. I say it to y'all so much on this podcast, and I'm gonna continue to speak on it because a lot of y'all just out here, y'all looking good, y'all smelling good, you feeling good, and then you still don't know what's going on with your sexual health. So let me put y'all on game. Let me put y'all on game. Those of you that are out here and you understand, you get it, and you're doing what you need to do, kudos to y'all. But for those of y'all who just out here living on a motherfucking prayer, let me put y'all on game because, like I said, something doesn't just because something look good, smells good, and it feel good, that don't mean it's good, baby. Okay? And just because nothing looks off or feels off or smells off does not mean everything is good. Okay? So today's pussy powers is going to be all about the stuff people don't like to talk about. But you absolutely need to know this. So we are talking about silent STIs and why getting tested is a non-negotiable. You heard what I said? Non-negotiable. Okay? Non-negotiable. A lot of STIs are asymptomatic. So that means there may not be no smell, there may not be bumps, there may not be any warning signs. You got some of them that come in hot, baby. Coming hot. Let me tell y'all a quick story. I've been telling my business on this podcast, whatever. I feel like I went through it, so you don't have to. So, I've had an STI before. I did. I had it's called trick. Got this years and years and years ago because, and I talked about this on the episode with Perion, where I was spinning the block because that was back when I was like, oh, I don't want my number to go up, my body count to go up. That's whenever I care about shit like that. But spinning the block on somebody and they were asymptomatic with, they had it and they didn't know they had it, ended up giving it to me, but I was not asymptomatic, baby. Like immediately. I am a person where I'm very aware of my body. I'm very aware of her. Okay. Because I make sure she's good. And so immediately itching, immediately discharge, immediately what the fuck is going on here, right? And some STDs and STIs are like that, where you don't know, like chlamydia, gonorrhea. They're known for being silent and can cause like long-term damage if they're untreated. So regular testing is the only way to actually know your status. It's not gonna be the vibe. It's not gonna be how clean somebody seems to be. It's not gonna be based off of what they tell you. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, you ain't gotta worry. It ain't gonna be. Oh, my girl ain't got nothing, so I know I ain't got nothing. Oh, I got a good girl, so I know I ain't got nothing. Oh, my man, I trust my man, so I know he's not cheating and giving me anything. I don't care if you're in a committed relationship. I don't care if you're thinking like, hey, this person don't got anything to lose. I'm sorry, this person has a lot to lose. Maybe what I'm saying, because some people think like that, like, oh, this person got this going on, this going on. They wouldn't be out here just carrying diseases and giving them to people. People are crazy. You never know what the fuck is going on, and men especially, they can carry and pass things without knowing. Like I said, that when I got tricked, he didn't even know. And then the crazy thing is, like, he called me and was like, "Yeah, I don't got any symptoms, but yeah, I went to. I don't know how true this is. The story just didn't make sense to me. But he's like, yeah, man, I went. The nurse looked at my dick and she's like, it don't look like you got anything. I'm like, man, nigga, please. Like, so I didn't really believe that, but yeah, but I learned that yes, the men can carry these things and pass them without knowing. Um, but some things that can happen when you are like have untreated STIs, they can affect your fertility, especially for women. Um, so testing shouldn't be like a one-time thing. Getting tested once and thinking you're good forever, that's a myth. If you have a new partner, that's a new risk. So you should be getting tested. Oral sex is not risk free, so don't be thinking like, oh, and a lot of people, they be like, oh, we're getting infections. They be like, well, we're wearing condoms, but you ain't wearing no condom when you sucking our dick. So keep that in mind. Oral sex is not risk free. Oh, just imagine getting some shit in your mouth, like, yikes. Because you can catch things like herpes, human papillomavirus. I don't even know how the fuck you say that shit. I don't want to know, Blue. I don't want to know nothing about it. But you can get that shit from oral, mouth to genital, interactions. So keep that in mind. Condoms, yes. You want to practice safe sex. You want to wear condoms, but they don't cover everything. They reduce risk, but skin to skin interactions, herpes. I'm sorry, I said skin to skin interaction. Skin to skin infections. Skin to skin infections like herpes or HPV can still spread outside the covered area. Yeah. Again, somebody just telling you, oh, I'm good, I'm clean. That's not proof. Don't fall for that shit. Don't fall for that. Don't let nobody hit you with the okie doke. If you don't see the results or you don't have the conversation and you're just trusting words over the actual facts, you're a dummy. You're a dickhead. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. It is what it is. And also keep in mind too, there's a testing window. So some STIs, they don't show up immediately. So you might think like, oh, okay, I just fucked this person, right? We just had sex. Let me go to the clinic and go get tested, right? So some testing, like testing too soon after exposure, can give a false negative. So you want to make sure that you are getting tested often, especially if you are a sexually active person like that. Um, just so that you are for sure, right? And your body will listen to your body. You listen to your body for sure. Like I said, I'm a person where I pay attention to what's going on with me. I'll be like, oh, what is this little thing right here? Hold up, what is that? Because it wasn't there yesterday. So make sure you are paying attention to small changes like the discharge, got a little irritation, some discomfort, and don't just clock it to being, oh, it might be bacterial infection, ladies. Like I know those things are common and a lot of women get those often, and so you may be like, oh yeah, it might just be bacterial infection, because our vaginas are sensitive, and like I said, the bacterial infections and things, you can get them quite easily, and some women get them quite often. So you might just be like, yeah, that little discharge, that little irritation, that's BV, whatever. But don't just rely on your symptoms alone. Go and get the test done. Go. They have free clinics. If you don't got insurance, go get it. Go get tested and figure it out. Because honestly, being grown is not just about having sex. It's about handling your sexual health and handling it like a responsible adult. But make sure you're doing your due diligence. Make sure you're getting tested often. Like I said, if you are sexually active, you need to be getting tested. If you have multiple partners, you need to be making sure everybody is getting tested. You good, you good, you good, we good. Like I'm all for like having your fun, do the things. You got your kinks, all that good stuff. Yes, do that. And there ain't no shame in your game. Do the things, but make sure that you are being safe. Make sure you are getting tested. Like I said, I will continue to speak on this throughout, the life of this podcast because it's very important because we have this pussy power segment. We talk about kinks. We talk about fucking and sucking. Okay. And we need to make sure that we are being responsible and we are being safe. Period. And that's all I got for the pussy power segment. I just want to put that out there. Y'all make sure y'all are getting tested. Make sure y'all are having the conversations. I say it over and over. I sound like a broken record, and I don't give a damn. Because somebody's going to listen. And somebody's going to be like, you know what? I just met this new dude, and, I want to give him this pussy. But I did listen to that episode where Tierra was talking about getting tested. Let me go do that. Let me go make sure he's doing that. I did listen to the episode where Tierra talked about the dude who sent her them fake ass Googled test results. And I don't want to get caught up like that. So make sure y'all are getting tested. And make sure that you are making sure that the person you're dealing with or the people that you're dealing with are getting tested. And not sending you no fake ass results. Mostly everybody has a my chart. So there's that, grown folks. Now, let's move on to the grown combo.
Bitch, we motherfucking grown.
So lately I just been doing my self-reflecting and I want to kind of talk about being attractive but emotionally unavailable because for me, I feel like I'm an attractive woman. And I feel like when it comes to a lot of guys that I've dealt with, I've always kept it kind of surface level. And so for me, I had to kind of ask myself these questions like, is being surface level actually a defense mechanism? And I realized that, yeah, I'm super surface level, guys. I'm often emotionally unavailable. So I had to ask myself, is this a defense mechanism? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Yes, it is. So being attractive, it gives you like access, but like you control how deep you want to go with it, right? Like how much access you want to allow somebody to have with you when it comes to you, right? Well, that for me, this is my thought process with it. It's like the men are gonna come because the physical attraction is there, right? And so the access is there as far as like having access to, this man, this man, this man, this man, this man, this man. But like I said, keeping it at that surface level, I kind of control how deep we're gonna go with it. I can entertain, I can flirt, like I can vibe, but not really. I don't really ever really reveal too much. And I'm not being cocky. I'm just very confident. I know that I don't struggle to get attention. So, I don't value it the same way as maybe somebody who maybe don't get as much attention. I got niggas in my inbox every day be telling me, "Oh, you're beautiful, you sexy." Like I hear that every day. That's okay. I know. Thank you. I know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, um, yeah, the value of the just the attention to have the attention is not really okay. Whatever. I don't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been. I can be single for a good minute and have been. And I understand that like intimacy, like to have that intimacy with somebody, it requires a level of vulnerability, and that's kind of where my wall goes up. I had to ask myself like, what's up with that? What's up with that? Why am I so like surface level? Why can't I really kind of get dive in a little deeper with somebody? Am I protecting my peace? Am I avoiding the risk of like being seen, put myself out there like that, or being hurt? And I'm really kind of like, yeah, guys, they're attracted to me physically, they're attracted to my energy, they're attracted to my vibe, but nobody actually knows me like on a really deeper level, like my fears, my triggers, my soft spots, you know, um, shit that makes me really just geek out, things like that. Cause I don't get deep with niggas. I don't be getting deep with these niggas. Can't get too deeply with these niggas. So it's like I give enough to like pique interest, but not enough to build a strong connection, which, um, which will it causes a cycle of like short term situations instead of like those deep bonds. I'll run into like, oh, okay, there's somebody that I'm talking to for a little minute or whatever, and um, we might talk for maybe a couple weeks or something, and then just kind of fall flat, fizzles out because it's not getting deep. It's not getting deeper. It's just right there on that surface. And it's like, the physical attraction can only take you so far before you end up just being like, all right, well, we just fucking. That's it. What are we doing outside of this? Or if we're not fucking, it's like, okay, we're just checking in on each other. And that's about it. It's not going anywhere else. And to be quite honest with y'all, I've been doing this way before I had my first heartbreak. So I think it just kind of stemmed from the fear of being hurt and also just being like super stubborn and nonchalant. I'm very nonchalant. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I was actually having a conversation with my mom earlier, and because she was asking me about a guy that I had told her about. And she was like, so how's that going? I was like, it's not. She's like, damn, what is that? What is going on? Like, what? I was like, yeah, it's just not that deep. It was like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not chasing no nigga. I'm not, I'm not doing it. I'm not chasing no nigga. And she's like, see, that's the problem with the women. Like, it's like y'all are saying like chasing a man. Like, is it chasing a man or is it just showing that you're interested? And I'm like, yeah, I get that part of it. But for me, I feel like if the interest is not really peaked, it's not really there, where I'm like wanting to, um, show more interest to them or pursue them in that type of way, then I'm just gonna be like, "Mm, you don't hit me up, you don't hit me up, we ain't gonna talk." So I'm very, very nonchalant. I could be very stubborn, and I'm working on that. I'm working on that for real. But grown folks, I really sat with this and I created a list of things that I can do to really be intentional and work on getting past that surface level with guys and things that I can do that I feel can build a strong connection with a guy. And I want to give y'all this list. If you can relate to what I'm talking about and you have this same struggle when it comes to building with someone you see potential in, then maybe this list might help. Never hurts to try, right? So the first thing I have on my list is call yourself out. Call yourself out. Be kind to yourself, but call yourself out. Call yourself out on your bullshit. So when you start noticing, when you shut down, or when you're keeping things surface level, ask yourself in that moment, what am I avoiding right now? What am I avoiding right now? Is it heartbreak? Am I avoiding just getting deeper, revealing too much of myself? Am I avoiding being embarrassed? What am I avoiding? Then give 10% more than you normally would. So we're not going to be able to go from like guarded to wide open overnight. It's just not going to happen, because this is like, we're talking about years of having a wall up for most of us. So just share a little bit more. Just, when you kind of feel like I might be doing a little bit too much, do a little bit more, and just let it breathe. Do a little more, let it breathe. All right, cool, bet. Stop leading with performance. You don't always have to be the vibe. You don't always have to be the funny one. You don't always have to be the attractive one. Just kind of let the conversations be real, even if it's a little awkward. Just let it just flow. Let it do what it do. If that's something that you struggle with when it comes to like opening up to somebody, because I know a lot of, when you first meet people, it can be a little performative, right? And we send out our representatives, and that's another reason why some people can't get past that surface level. So yeah, let's work on that. This one is big for me. I will have to say, let someone be consistent. Instead of cutting people off early and quickly, because y'all know me, cut off game strong as a motherfucker. Instead of cutting people off, allow someone to show up over time. Allow somebody to show up for you over time. Because consistency is going to build that safety, but you just gotta like work your way through it. Like, allow them to do that. Allow them to show up and be consistent. And I know for me, like, when I don't really like to deal with a lot of mess. Like, I don't like to deal with a lot of bullshit. And if you showing signs that you ain't gonna be consistent or whatever the case may be, I gotta cut you off. But I'm gonna try to work on because I remember that man, and y'all know who I'm talking about, that Capricorn. I remember he had commented on one of my posts, not recently, but a little while back. He commented on one of my posts, and it was like a video of me just kind of being funny, and it was like pretty much just like saying like I'm somebody who cuts people off like for the littlest things. And he was like, yeah, I agree, you do. You cut people off for the littlest shit. And I was like, damn, I had to really think about it. I'm like, in your case, no, you need to be cut off. But I do understand in most cases, yes, I do. I don't really allow people the opportunity to prove themselves to me. So that is something that I'm going to work on, and grown folks who are dealing with this as well. Let somebody be consistent. Say what you actually feel in real time. So not everything needs to be deep, but don't filter everything either. If that makes sense. Like, practice like simple honesty. Like, I'm not really I'm not really used to opening up like this. Um I feel like um this is the emotion that I feel when you do that, or when you say this, or I really like you. That's the thing. That's the thing. We don't want to tell motherfuckers we like them. I'm like this person a little too much. Cut them off. So let's say what we actually feel and in real time. Check your standards versus the walls that you put up. Because when you feel yourself pulling back, ask, is this my intuition? is this my intuition, or is this just like a defense mechanism because I'm scared? Because I'm scared of it, for real, for real. Underneath all of that hard, tough, I'm not really scared, like being scary, or like, is this really my intuition? Like, the flags are flagging. So I think that's a practice, and I think that comes with just dating and allowing people to and allowing yourself to open up to people. That just comes with, you know, that territory. So the more you are opening yourself up and allowing people to get a little deeper than that surface level, then you will be able to um, determine whether it is your intuition or if it's defense mechanism that you kind of like putting up, and you can kind of self check and be like, okay, ooh, there we go, defense mechanism, you're triggered, something's going on here, whatever the case may be. Um, Decide if you actually want depth. So you got to be real with yourself. Like, do you really want to be in a relationship? If you do, you're going to have to risk being seen. You have to risk this motherfucker taking you on an emotional roller coaster. Like, it just is what it is. And y'all know I'm talking to myself. Like, it is what it is. Like, you just have to take the risk. Um, Risk embarrassment. I'm not going to tell my girl's business because she would kill me. But I have a friend who's like going through something right now with her guy, and most people will probably be embarrassed and probably shut down me. I would be like, fuck them, fuck me, fuck them. I'm not fucking with no, not fucking with no niggas for a minute. But for her, one thing I would say about my friend is she goes through and she allows herself to be vulnerable and opens up, and she gets into these relationships, and then when they don't work out, she's like, yeah, it didn't work out. I'm sad about it for the little bit of time I'm sad about it. I got over it, and I'm moving on, and I'm still gonna be open to finding love. And ooh, she a Virgo. I feel like a lot of my Virgo friends are like that. I'd be like, damn, wasn't you just dating such and such? On to the next. That one thing about them Virgos, they on to the they on to the next. Like, they're look like lover girls, and they're gonna continue to just like looking for love. Look, I'm trying to find love, baby. And then I'm a Pisces, and I'm like, shit. I don't know, y'all. I went through heartbreak one time. That shit ghetto. It's not for me. I'm slow burn. Hold up. Not trying to go through that shit again. So let me vet. And then also with the vetting, is like, it is very good to vet. You need to vet, but damn, there is a there's a thing of like, all right, now you talking about slow burn, you are not even cooking. You're not even cooking. You're not even cooking. Get an oven. So, like I said, y'all, be real with yourself. Ask yourself, do you really want it? Because it is something that you have to be intentional about. It is something that you have to work on. It is something that you have to work for. Being in a relationship, you're not going to like your person 100% of the time. There's some times where you're like, I can't stand this motherfucker, right? So you gotta put the effort in. So you get same thing with trying to find somebody that you want to lock in with. You want to get past that surface level. You got to be intentional about it. And if you don't want to take the risk, and you don't want that depth, you don't even bother with it, then that's okay too. Just make sure you're owning it, because everybody say they want to be in a relationship, but they don't want to do the shit that they need to do to be in a relationship. Me, I'm talking about me. Like, I want to do the things that I need to do to be in a relationship. It's just like that talking phase, and getting getting to know people. That should be tough, man. Like, vulnerability is tough. It's something, I will say. So Grown folks, that's a pretty good list. Y'all got some other things I want to add to it? Comment on this episode. Let me know something. Leave some comments. Let your girl know something. Cause listen, I'm trying to find my man. I really am, but I know me. I be like, it's me. It is me. It's me, y'all. Seriously. Ooh. So I'm rocking out. I think that's one thing about like when there's solo episodes like this. Y'all ain't gonna be getting them long 1 hour and a half, 2 hour episodes. This shit gonna be about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Because I'm just talking. I'm talking to y'all, but it's like it's just me talking. So you got my points to get the fuck on. So let's go ahead and move on to the dating horror story.
Hey, shawty, I want to take you on a date.
I actually have one that was DM'd to me, so I'm gonna read it. But I have somebody, people have been leaving messages on the hotline. I appreciate y'all, so I'm gonna start playing those for y'all soon. I just want to make sure I get get it together. But I'll get more into that after I read the dating horror story. So this is what it says. So I go on this date with this guy who on paper is giving everything right. He has clean energy. He's fun, very intentional, asking questions, making eye contact. He might actually be different type of vibe. We're at this restaurant. Everything is flowing smooth. The drinks, the conversation, the laughs. He's talking like he's really in a place in life where he's ready for something serious. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was engaged. I let my guard down just a little. Then I noticed he keeps checking his phone. Not crazy at first, but enough for me to clock it. Every time he puts it down, it lights up. He's acting like it's nothing, but the energy just starts shifting a little bit. Mid conversation, I glance up and I see a woman walks into the restaurant. Not confused. She's not lost. Direct, locked in, and she's walking like she already knows exactly where she's going. She spots him immediately. Turns out she's his wife, and she has his location on her phone. She walks straight up to the table and says his name like she's done this before. No yelling. She's not causing no scene. She's just calm and terrifyingly certain. And this man, whole attitude just changes. His smile's gone, energy's gone, his confidence gone. He's stuttering, trying to explain the situation. I just sat there like, oh, so this is what we're doing tonight. I grabbed my drink. I stood up and I said, thank you, sis, for not directing that energy towards me because I swear I didn't know this man was married. And with that, I will leave you two to figure your thing out. I had never cleared out of a place so fast in my whole life. Locked that man before I could crank my car up. Yikes. That's a dating horror story. First of all, it just seems like the wife, just has been through this before because, like you said, just her demeanor and everything is like, girl, leave that man alone, please. And I also like that she didn't direct her energy toward you. She know her nigga ain't shit, and she like, let me go get this nigga and deal with him, and not direct it towards the woman because a lot of women do that. A lot of women will be ready to fight the chick, and it's like it's your man. It's your man. Because 9 times out of 10, this chick didn't know. She don't know nothing about you. I mean, there are some out there that do, that be knowing, and I feel like that warrants an ass whooping. Because it's like, nah, it's more of a respect thing. Like, bitch, you knew about me. You know who I am. So you need your ass slapped for that. But most of the time, like I said, women don't be knowing. These men be like, oh, I'm in an open marriage, or oh, I'm poly, or you know what I'm saying? Like, does your woman know that? But yeah, that is definitely a dating horror story. Thank you so much for sending that in. And girl folk, if you want to send in a dating horror story for me to read on an episode, you can send them to the email ratedm@gmail. Oh my gosh. I'll be messing that up every time. It is ratedm because we mfgrown at gmail.com. And also, remember, we got the grown folk hotline, the rated M hotline, whatever y'all want to call it. You can actually send it in a voice message, a voice, saying you want to give me a dating horror story, you need some advice, you want to get some shit off your chest, you want to give somebody some flowers, then you can call in, you can text. If you don't want to send an email, you can text your dating horror stories, or you can leave a voice message, and the number is 770-580-0303. Call me. Call me. We won't leave it anonymous. Call me. Let me know something. Let me know something. But again, thank you for sending in your dating horror story, because that's one of my like. Ooh, please don't let nobody pull up. That's crazy work. Crazy work. I don't want no part of them shenanigans. That's embarrassing. For real, for real. All right, grown vote. So I got a high strand of the week. We started out with the low vibrational shit. Now we're gonna move on to the high thought. But before we get into the high thought, I gotta give you that high strand. Gotta give you that high strand. And so the high strand of the week is going to be lemon cherry gelato. So the vibe of the lemon cherry gelato is that I look good, I smell good, I'm about to have a good night kind of vibe. It's like it hits you with a euphoric head rush first, then it boosts your mood, got you feeling a little flirty, a little confident. Then it melts into like a smooth body relaxation that doesn't take you out. It is a hybrid. So it's definitely a hybrid. And I like this trend actually, because this is for when you want to feel present, you want to feel playful, you want to feel turned on. You just want to feel good in your skin. So it's perfect for date nights, whether it's with yourself or somebody else. If you're recording content, what kind of content you recording, that's on you, boo, but it's going to loosen you up, but make you still be, sharp. It's that music plus mirror type of moment. Y'all know what I'm talking about, girl. You in that mirror, you essential. So one thing about the high strand of the week, y'all. When I give y'all these high strands of the week, we are elevating our smoke sessions, okay? Because this is rated M because we motherfucking grown. We motherfucking grown. We need to elevate our smoke sessions. So I'm gonna give y'all the way you can elevate with these different strands. And this strand is like a good pregame before stepping out type of strand too. Now, let me tell you how it hits. It comes in with a quick cerebral lift. I think I said this already. Your mood will shift. You'll feel lighter, more social, you'll be flirty. And just mentally, you'll just be open. Then it'll settle into your body and give you like a wave of relaxation, but not like that in the couch type of relaxation. It's gonna keep you present, but you're gonna be you gonna feel wavy. You gonna feel good. Like, ooh, I like this. It's that type of high. It's gonna make the conversation deeper. It's gonna make the music sound better, and your own thoughts. You're like, yeah, I said some shit. I said some shit right there. Yeah. Quick heads up though. This strand can sneak up on you, so it doesn't always feel heavy at first. It's not one of those like, I've hit some shit and I'm just like, oh yeah, immediately high, right? So it's not that. And people will tend to overdo it thinking that it's light, but that shit is gonna hit you. So start slow, because once it settles in, you'll be locked into that like elevated, floaty, aware space, and you don't want to be paranoid. So start slow. Don't just be blowing that shit down unless you're just a straight weed smoker. Some of y'all out there are. I'm more of a microdoser type of girly. So for me, I would definitely start slow. Also, this strand, is to be cautious. It does give you dry mouth, so that's definitely part of the experience. You want to make sure you're staying hydrated. And speaking of hydration, let's talk about some snack pairings and some drink pairings. So the snacks that you can pair with is fresh fruits like strawberries, cherries, pineapples, lemon pound cake, lemon cookies. We can never go wrong with a charcuterie board. Come on, it's gonna give you that extra grown, sexy vibe. You can never go wrong with it. And I said that. I think I think a charcuterie board gonna go good with any type of strain you smoking. To be quite honest with you, lemon drop martinis, good pairing with this strain. Rosé, sparkling wine, strawberry lemonade. If you don't drink alcohol, that's gonna match that vibe. Remember y'all, I told y'all like this is one of them like in the mirror, touching yourself type of date night type of strand. So the grown folk smoke and vibe playlist. Let's set the scene. Soft lighting, not too dark, not too bright. You're gonna put on some vibey R&B when you smoking this strand. So let's think like late night driving. Put your cute outfit on, even if you're not going anywhere, because we elevating our experience, right? We ain't just smoking. We ain't just smoking to smoke. We want to elevate the experience and have a good time with it. So this strand, it definitely deserves like that intention for sure. And here are some artists and songs that you can listen to. You got SZA, Good Days. That's a good hot song, period. Brent Fayez, Gravity. Summer Walker, Session 32. Now, anyways, I ain't gonna, not too much on Summer. I'm gonna I'm gonna let her cook. Party Next Door, Breaks from Toronto, Janae Aiko. I can't never pronounce this. Salikabin. Listen, Love in the Moonlight. Love in the Moonlight. Callie, just I don't know if that's how you say her last name. Moonlight. You got Drake, Jaded, Her, Damage. So those are some good songs that you can definitely vibe out to while you're smoking this strand. Lemon Cherry Gelato. So that is a very grown and sexy strand. And grown folks, again, stop smoking like you hiding from life. Start smoking like you celebrating life. You got your wake and bake strands. You got your weed you smoke while you're partying. You got your weed you smoke to pregame. You got your weed that you smoke when you in the crib and you chilling and you watching movies. You got your fuck something strands. So smoke the weed. Don't let the weed smoke you. Okay? And that's the high strand of the week. That is the high strand of the week. Lemon Cherry Gelato. And with that being said, let me give y'all this high thought. So you got your high strand of the week, you got your blunt, you got your bong, you got your vape. Whatever you got to elevate. And I'm not smoking this episode, but whatever you got to elevate, fire that bitch up. You're going to inhale the good shit, and you're going to exhale the bullshit. And my high thought is this: protect your body, but also protect your clarity, because your body can say yes while your spirit is quietly asking why though. So not every connection that feels good in the moment is good for your nervous system, your peace, or your long-term decisions. Protect your body. Don't trade your discernment for like temporary connection. Your peace should always make sense to you. not just like, oh, this is a feel good moment. And honestly, the more you value your clarity, the less like you'll tolerate something that keeps you second guessing yourself. Like if you value clarity, you value like understanding, then you're not gonna be really tolerating a lot of BS and shit that had you like, huh? Um, yeah, that's my high thought. That is my high thought, y'all. And with that being said, if this episode made you laugh, if it made you think, if it made you want to hit your friend group up, tell them, hey, go listen to this episode of Rating Them because we motherfucking girl. Because Tierra Laray be talking that shit. Then do me a favor, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, on Apple, Amazon, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Make my podcast your favorite podcast. Come on, 1 + 1 is 2. Let's do it. Leave a review because that's really going to help the podcast to grow. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know what you think about the show. What what can we do? What type of topics you want to hear? Just leave some comments, man. Interact. Tap in. Send in your dating horror stories, your advice letters, your sex fails. Send them into ratedm because we mfgrown@gmail.com. Or call that grown folk hotline. Y'all call it. Y'all text it. The number 770-580-0303. Leave your messages under 2 minutes, please, and thank you. And again, it'll be played anonymously. And yeah. Follow me at Tierra Laray. Follow the podcast page at Rated M because we MF grown. And thank y'all so much for tapping in and just sticking with your girl through all of the things, man. You know, from audio issues to new co-host, no co-host. Like, like we gonna continue to rock out and I fuck with y'all. Those of you that fuck with me, I fuck with y'all. Those of you who listen and y'all give me feedback, I love it. One thing I will say, I love when y'all hit me up and y'all give me feedback. I love to hear it. I'm all about constructive criticism. I'm all about like ways to elevate this thing and hearing what the people want to listen to and what the people want to see. So I appreciate y'all and I appreciate y'all who come and listen every Wednesday. And like I said, I'm going to continue to drop an episode every Wednesday for y'all, regardless of who's here. If it's just me, if it's a co-host, if it's some guest, we're going to rock this motherfucking thing out. Because it's a virtual. Oh, and y'all, what y'all think about? Also, comment, let me know what y'all think about the new intro song. For those of you who have been listening to the podcast, y'all know I got a new intro song and outro. So let me know what y'all think about it. Oh, I just love that shit. I love it down, baby. I love it. It's our grown folk kickback. Grown folk kickback. Real talk every Wednesday. That's my shit. Cause bitch, be my like getting down. That's my shit. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, kicking it with me this week, grown folk. Pull up to the next virtual kickback next Wednesday, where we will be talking more of our grown shit. Cause bitch, we motherfucking grown. Bye y'all.
We gon' laugh, heal, sip, and smoke. Dope ass guests pull up, come talk they shit. Real stories, real vibes, it hit. Got a dating horror story, don't keep it unknown. Call or text, let it spill on your phone. If you over there judging, this is not your zone. No judgment, just vibes, cause we not fucking gone. It's the grown folk kickback, grown folk kickback. Real talk every Wednesday. It's the grown folk kickback, grown folk kickback. Come through, let your true play. Call or text 770-580-0303. It's the grown folk kickback. We need your story. Pull up with the mess. Pull up with the tea. The ex did you dirty. Baby, let it breathe. A bad first date, a wild breakup text. Oh, why did I stay? Yeah, we want that next. If you over there judging, this is not your zone. No judgment, just vibes, cause we my fucking grown.